So there's some deep stuff. I mean, some deep stuff going on in my family. Again, the same family connection that was taking place at that double midpoint. And when I say deep, I mean deep. A big decision is coming up. I don't think we're going to make it that far to whatever that decision. It's a big decision. And I can't just, let's just say the one closest to me would be very upset if I told his personal business. But it's deep. And it concerns him and his. Like he's mine. He's got one. And it's a big decision. And it's something that doesn't happen every day, but it does happen. And let's get on with the full moon calendar. It's March 7th. Y'all, that's 2 days after our March 5th date. Well, I've been all over the place. I've been like, well, March 3rd. No, March 5th. No, March. If I had to settle on one, it'd be March 5th because it transfer portals back to 11/17. Plain and simple. As they say, it just really doesn't get any better than that. And it doesn't. And that new moon begins on February 21st. I guess it would say here too. This one says February 20th. Which, that's a high watch day, by the way. But it's nothing to me like March 5th or this coming Friday. Now, Don McLean, born on October 2nd, our friend reminded us. When you look at Don McLean, born October 2nd, the Donnie Darko date, Don. Trump's name is McLeod from his mom's side. McLeod, Don McLean, McLeod, McLean. October 2nd, sang American Pie. Nothing too striking about his numbers until you get to being 77 years, 7 months, and 7 days. That is May 9th. If all you need is 777, you can go to May 2nd. What full moon is that? May 5th. So you get the idea there. That's another high watch day. They'll all be there. One thing that's bugging me out about this coming Super Bowl or the 10th or the 12th is that everybody's talking about it. And if everybody's talking about it, a mystery Babylonian, a very famous mystery Babylonian, by the way, talked about interviewing Tom Brady on Monday, Colin Cowherd. He talked about, to compare it, he said, I've interviewed presidents. I've interviewed Obama. I interviewed Obama before he was president. I've interviewed, and he named some other presidents. And then he mentioned Brady. Again, Brady is Trump. They're all Trump. Everybody's Trump. Brady from the 45 standpoint, he played until he was 45. Trump's the 45th president. Second wife and I's combined number, 45, followed by 500. Trump's two numbers. He's Antichrist, G500. You just can't make it up, can you? No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. No, you can't. Remember her number of times this year? 1117, 586. It's getting crazy. All right, so the craziest thing I will tell you about that 35. Remember Ronnie, born 9/11, rest in peace. His guy was Johnny Bench. And I had basically stolen away his girlfriend. They were breaking up. Then she became my girlfriend. I was a senior. She was a sophomore. Ronnie was a sophomore. They're born in 63. And remember, I was all about self until 2012 and then 2017. So the numbering was all self-based. And it was about, I don't even know where I'm clicking. I guess I hit a button. And I don't know, no thanks. And she and I were splitting up. And then she went back with him. This is after I graduated. I was chopped liver and I was weak. I was a pothead. And I was needy. You want to turn a girl off? First thing you do, you be needy. They have a mechanism inside of them that just shuts down. They have no control over it. It's felt as weakness and they can't be attracted to it. And I was accepted to the University of Florida. My SAT was 880, now that I think about it. Of course it was. And I don't think I have record of that, but that'd be great if I did, wouldn't it? Why would I want to go to Devil's Advocate University? Why did the Lord keep me from going there? Because if I would have not been a pothead and followed parents' orders and went to Florida, joined a fraternity, don't you think I would have been a mystery Babylonian? I mean, I later became a heavy-duty astrologer. I'm more than sure I would have been sucked right in, but that wasn't the Lord's plan. Made me a loser, baby. Loser. I didn't get my degree till I was like 40. Master's 42-ish, I think. I don't know. 2006. I was born in 61. Oh, mid 40s. Excuse me. Yeah, mid 40s. I started teaching around 42. I'm sorry. So, but Ronnie wore number 3 on the football team, and his guy was Johnny Bench. So I equated 35 as being bad, 38 because my number began with 8. Now you got to understand, I was post high school, so I was new into the 7 times 6 times 1961. But so my number began with 8, so I was like 38 because my name is 3, Trey. So 38, that's my love number. And the evil twin of it was 35. And Ronnie's birthday is 9/11. Again, so that really promotes that March 5th for me for a Trump event. So if anything goes down in the world, it'll be, on the 10th or the 12th or whatever. It's going to be what leads up to what I think he's going to go down on March 5th. That's a 3-5. Do you know that 35 is in Strong's Concordance for husband? 435, G435. This is all New Testament. Wife, 1135, G1135. Bride, G3565. And bridegroom, G3566. 35 is in husband, wife, bride, bridegroom. That's so crazy. Johnny Bench. Johnny Bench, Wikipedia. That was 9/11's favorite. He had 389 home runs. Look at that. 389. Second wife's next marriage number. It is that what was it? My love number. But it's murder code, isn't it? 1376. Adam, 37, 267. Not going to get into that one with y'all. But Johnny Lee Bench. Well, that's so funny. Because the girlfriend I was telling you about, the high school sweetheart, her middle name was Lee. Her sister's middle name was Lee. Mom's name was Lee. And dad's name was Lee. So it was a coincidence that the mom and the dad had the same middle name, and so both their kids did too. And look at that. John Lee Bench. December 7th. December 7th, 1947, World War II date. Oh, wow. December 7th, 1947. All right, let's go. He's at 27,457. It'll be 27,459. Let's look at the 10th. 7523. Not a whole lot shaking or baking. Let's go to the 3-5. 75226. 90226. My number divides by 37 to 2226. 27,482. Hold on a second. We're at 27,482. No. No. I was thinking that was a number of somebody, but it wasn't. So, I don't know. It's not really much. I was just curious. I wanted to look at Johnny Bench. So we looked at American Pie Guy, where he's 777. And that it's May 5th. So Trump would go down on May 3rd, which again is a 35 or a 5-3. So they're very interesting. Him going down on a 35 or 5-3 hits 2 days before a full moon. Twice. In February and in May. And Christian had a comment. Hey, it's 1:38, y'all. He says something based on what you said. August is a mirror of February. That would mean that September is a mirror of March. Yeah, right. 9/11, March 11th. He was saying, I scanned through this last night. You can't hate that at all. That 3/11, March 11th is 3/11 coded. And it was the opposite of 9/11 when it all went down. So we have to go back and look at our 3/11 date. It's low-hanging fruit. It's super obvious, but it's the opposite of 9/11 when they did that. When they did the Earth event in 2020 on March 11th, it was the opposite of 3/11. So they do these mirrors. In the mirror of me sitting her down, telling her about a divorce, its mirror was the divorce date. And it's all in Trump's text to Trump 88022. I've shown you that mathematically 1,000 times. And so what just took place in this past August? It was the biggest month of my life. I've never had anything like death, like an all-out war got flexed on, all out war. Then the person that went to all out war with me just took their life. And I knew the Lord, when they flexed on me, I knew the Lord just, it's like walking by a mirror and you just pop that tricep. I was like, the Lord just barely flexed and just took a person out, took him out. And I saw the power of God, like for the first time in my life. And the other person, the person in my life that it affected, they don't believe in free will now. Their issues are gone. Issues that were there for 10 years, gone. God's will be done. That's all that comes out of this person's mouth. This person told their mom, get that, ain't gonna be no tree in my house. I don't do Christmas. Boom. All of it. That's the power of the Lord. So I saw it, and that took place 17 days later. It began August 29th through the 31st, which there is no mirror of that in February. So it's either non-existent now. Do you see what they did there? There is no 29th, 30th, or 31st. So the mirror of that is gone, or the next progression days, that's March 1st, March 2nd, March 3rd. Well, I don't know if you can really do that. Now I will tell you the miracle began on March 5th. I'm sorry, on September 5th. It was called Labor Day. I was there the previous day. It's one of the darkest days of my life. It was not a good situation. But the next day, everything changed. I was expecting the worst, and I got the best. And the next day was the same, and the next day was the same, and the next day was the same, and off it went. I was like, I've just witnessed a miracle from the Lord. So that was beginning on Labor Day, September 5th. Is that our labor pains of the Antichrist about to be delivered? Does it go down on the 5th and rise? The labor is the 5th and the birth is the 7th. It's called the worm full moon. Other names for the worm full moon: chaste, death, crust, sap. Worm. I don't know. Trump events either going down this Friday, or in my opinion, March 5th, or look for May 3rd. Both are 2 days before full moons. See, the 10th is not 2 days before a full moon. If you're really going to sync it up with the way we perceive IPEC GOAT to be. No. Nothing, there is no one thing that means anything. There is no one cipher that's definitive. So you can't just say the Dark Knight Rises came out 2 days after the Dark Knight, so automatically him rising up to that full moon means he goes down 2 days before. You can't automatically say that, but you would deduce that. You would deduce that. To me, it's like 4 out of 5. It's 80%. That's an 80% definitive, which throws everything out for this coming weekend. Just throw it all out. So you're already down to 20%. Let's just say you think it's a 50-50. Well, you've already whittled this coming Friday or this coming Super Bowl for Trump going down to a 50% probability, because it's not 2 days before a full moon. let's say you only say it's, that's only 10% good. Well, then you have still whittled off 10% of the chance. And what were the chances to begin with out of all the days between now and election year on a leap year, quantum leap year? Because everything's happened on leap years since 2008. Told her I wanted a divorce, 2008. Then there's 2012, the big year that our friend says that's when he was called at the beginning. That's when I was called. That's when everything started to begin. 2016, he's elected. 2020, shut us all down. What's 2024? I don't know. We probably don't get there. I showed you that street. It ends at 2024. Well, if he goes down this fall, Abomination of Desolation is total solar on April 8th, where he goes down on April 8th. And the Abomination is, you know, when Sirius rises in August of 2024. We never make it to 2025. That street that I showed y'all, where they all had the addresses and where the incline went, where it started declining at 2019, 2020, which is exactly what happened with this 2020. Everything went downhill. It ends with 2024. It hangs a left on what? Kinsman Drive, Kinsman Redeemer. Jesus Christ is our Kinsman Redeemer. So there is no 2025. That's how close we are to the end. Personal ciphers. People be like, well, that's why your channel don't grow. I don't care about that. I don't make money off this channel. I care about that, about like the Joker cared about that money when he set it on fire. Like what? If I had one other person, just one other person that watched this channel, that's who it'd be for. But we got Christian, we got Joe, our friend. He watches the channel, I guess, a little bit, but he's just got his own thing going on. But he shares everything he's got with me, and likes for me to share it with y'all, so I like to. All right, anyway, love y'all.